Hey everyone, welcome back for another episode of Something About Our 20s. I'm your host, Mekhi Davis, and today we have a special episode, Entrepreneurship in Our 20s. So, I have a few special guests with me today. I want y'all to go ahead, say your name, age, the name of your business, how many years you've been an entrepreneur, and the services you provide.
My name is Mekhi. I am 21 years old. I have been an entrepreneur for 3 years. I have a graphic design company called Making a Project. I also do creative direction. I create websites, logos, flyers, and basically all essentials for branding and marketing.
I'm Tre Teague. I'm the Rockstar Barber. I've been cutting hair for about 12 years now. I started when I was 14. I done dabbled into the clothes with no regular merch, but no regular is like my lifestyle brand. Got the hair products on the way, and that's about it.
My name Tyreek Hall. My clothing brand is Ambitious. The Lab Workshop is based off of people who want to learn how to build a brand, print your shirts in the lab, and everything.
Period. Okay. Hey, I'm Faith Gibson. I've been in business for about 5 years now. I'm 24 years old. I started with Fleeks. That is my hair business. I have a braiding service company, and then I branched out into photography for a little while and opened up my shop with like creative direction, photography, and an event planning space. And then I turned it into a boutique, which is now Fetchville, which is a one-stop shop offering hair services, wigs. You get your wigs, bundles, and also you can get apparel from there as well.
I'm excited for this episode. Y'all excited?
Yes.
I'm excited.
Okay.
Sure.
So, since we're on Something About Our 20s, I have to ask y'all a question about y'all 20s. So, what's an adult problem that no one prepared you for?
Life. Having problems thrown at you all at once, and like you still have to keep going.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, like regardless on what's going
Facts.
on. Like, and I feel like personally, everybody's in a space where I wake up and I'm like, we need community, really. So not really having that much support. Like, you could lean on somebody and it's like they're going through problems too. So having to cope with dealing with things alone and with your peers and family and friends.
I would say for me, mental health and prioritizing my mental well-being. I feel like growing up, I was taught to be like a workhorse. Like, keep going, you got it. And it's like, I'm tired. Like, you didn't tell me, like, take your off day. Like, you don't have to work so much. I feel like nobody prepared me to take care of me and put myself first when I need to.
It's money management and just money management. Yeah.
Money don't solve everything, so you could be going through a lot of stuff mentally, and sometimes you need a shoulder to cry on or just an ear to talk to.
I agree with all of those answers, for real. So, I want to get into y'all entrepreneurship journey. I want to start from the beginning. So, after y'all graduated high school, what did you want to do?
When I graduated, I thought I was going to play pro. Yeah, it was sports for real. That was the only reason I was in school.
So when I graduated high school, I was younger than everybody. I was 17 years old. So I was a 17-year-old college freshman. I said, I'm going to go into the military. I'm going to get my RN license, and I'm going to open a business. I don't know what for. So I kind of like did almost everything except I changed my major to psychology. I kind of like mapped out my life, and that's the biggest struggle I've had to deal with, is getting out of perfectionism and understanding that I may change the direction I'm going in to get to the destination. It doesn't necessarily matter about if I did it first. It's about if I did it right for me.
Yeah, that's important.
So after high school, for me, I always like knew I was going to college, and I always knew like I would be like a business owner. I always used to say like I'm gonna be a boss, but I didn't know like what exactly I would do.
I did not know. I didn't know if I wanted a work job. I just knew I wanted some money, though.
Yeah.
I knew I wanted some money.
I wanted to ask y'all that question because people think that you just, like, you're born and you know that you're going to be an entrepreneur, or you know how your life is going to pan out, but that's not true. Like,
No.
we think we're about to do something and things change around, and like sometimes it
Definitely.
works out for our good. So I want to talk about the moment y'all realize that you wanted to start a business and be an entrepreneur?
For me, like I said, I knew I wanted to be a business owner. I just didn't know like when it would happen. But when I transferred from Central State, I was like, I need to make money because UC had accidentally rewarded me the Pride grant. So I had to come up with some money in 2 weeks. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to just start. Well, somebody like kind of spoke in my ear, like, because I wanted to start embracing my hair more. Like, I hated my hair. I would never wear my hair. I was like, I want to wear it out more, but I'm scared. I don't want to spend money because I'm a college student and I'm broke and I can't pay for college. So I started doing my own hair, promoting my own hair, and then had friends asking. My friend Portia was the first person to like ask, can I do her hair? And from there, I just started like branching out, like really investing in myself as far as like Faith Fleeks and making a brand and logo, name, getting products, and like mapping out how much things will cost on a day-to-day basis as well. So, and then it went from there.
I remember this like it was yesterday. I was working for Amazon. I was delivering, and it was mass like merchandise on the back of the, the van. And I'm like, yo, this is mass money. You feel me? They paying me like $140 a day.
Sheesh.
Like, yo,
But
and it was
let
cool.
me
Like
let
the
me
job
sound-
was cool in the summer, but when it got cold, I'm like, yo, they don't care about us for real. Like it's snowing, raining hard, like whatever. You still got to get the packages delivered. So I'm like, the next summer, like, cause I was still cutting and I was hooping, and that was my summer job. The next summer, I was like, I'm not doing nothing that don't like benefit me. Either I'm gonna be cutting, I'm gonna be hooping, I'm gonna be training. If I ain't my boss, I ain't doing it. So that was definitely my transition.
I would say for me, I've always been into art. I would draw, and I remember my art teacher recommended me for advanced arts in high school, and I didn't really feel confident in my artistry, and I was like, nah, I kept putting it off. And then like one of my hairdressers actually was like, hey, you could draw, can you do this for me? And I was like, no, I'm not really like that confident. And then I was just like, I gotta stop being scared. So I bought a laptop, and then I was like, all right, this for school, I could use this for my business. So I got on Photoshop, I just started playing around with it. And I was like, okay, I think I'm ready. As a creative, we always worry about how other people would view our art, and we want to be accepted. But then again, we don't care about being accepted because it's like Erykah Badu said, like, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my ish. Like, I really am. So I was just like, I want to help people, but put my own creative touch on it. So I was like, if I'm going to do this, I got to do it right. So it was just like, don't be scared to not be perfect. And I had to go for it.
When I became an entrepreneur, and my cousin, we used to drive around all of Devereaux's. This was before it was City Gear. And we just collect raffles. So I finally came up with the idea. I said, bruh, we gonna sell these tickets. So I sold my first ticket. I said, it's $50, bro, we just made. And you owe me gas money too, so that's my money for real. So, but anyway.
You was hustling.
Yeah, I was hustling. I was probably like 15, 16, whatever. And that's how I started entrepreneur. I just started selling these tickets, getting these Jordans, and eventually my shoe collection going up, and I just started selling shoes. And that was my thing. But yeah, that's how I got into making money on my own.
Mm-hmm. So y'all realized that y'all wanted to be your own boss. So how did you step into it? What was the first thing you did to promote yourself as a business owner? Like, how did Ty Ambitious come about? How did Faith Leaks come out and making a project?
I'm going to say this on TV. Hold on. Let me say this right here. Ambitious came about probably when I was like 12, 13 years old. My mama came up with that name.
Okay, shout out to Mama.
So, Ma, this is my first interview. This is for you, baby. Yeah. My mama came up with that name. I did not come up with Ambitious. So she gave it to me. I ran with it, and that's how I came up with my name.
I love
fire
that.
right
I like that for you.
I like how you just said about your name. Let me say how my name started, Faith Fleeks. I was just trying to come up with something with the F, you know. But I feel like this was, when I hopped into entrepreneurship, there was no braiders. Like, it was like maybe one that I'm like, oh, she cold. But outside of that, there was really no path. So Instagram was my way of like promoting and building clientele. And this was before like Instagram became so big. Now, like if you look at the platforms and study them, so I was using the hashtags out the gate, and the hashtags was really boosting me up. At the time. But like now it's so many content creators. It's so many. It's like a great thing that it's like booming. That I love to see people like me doing the same thing and get into the money just like me. Like this crazy. It's insane. And then it's like, dang, that money like. Everybody doing it. We all got to get out here and really get to it. So it's like, it's what's up. But that's how I started out in the beginning.
My Instagram name is The Project Princess. Y'all can follow me if y'all want to. And I named my business Making a Project because a project is something that takes a long time. And to me, I like quality. I care about quality and I care about effort. And I feel like everything in life to me is a project. Because you're working on something. Like my 20s is a project, my 30s is going to be a project, college is a project. So I kind of felt like it was the pandemic when I opened my business, and I was just like, so many people are starting businesses because money wasn't coming in the way it was. People had stimulus checks coming in. I was like, you know what, this is the perfect opportunity to go ahead and start a business. I'm bored in the house. I don't do TikToks. I was like, Netflix, I done watched everything. I was like, I'm about to get some money. I couldn't get no stimulus. My mama claimed me on her taxes. I was mad. I was 18. I was 18 waiting to get shipped out to the army. And I was like, why my mama claim me? I was like checking the mailbox. Why I ain't get no stimulus? She was like, you know you a dependent, right? I said, oh. But I got that college refund check and didn't tell her.
Okay.
I was in my junior year of college. I was at a HBCU. So like I've been cutting hair since I was 14, but like the first schools I was going to was like mixed, you know. Then when I finally got to this HBCU, that was probably like my roughest year of basketball. Like I was dealing with injuries, but like cutting hair always was right there. Like I'd be like really depressed for real from basketball. Like that's how I used to make you. Like if you're not really doing good in it, barbering always just kept me like sane and like the money coming in and everything. But at that HBCU, it was a lot of parties and I was running it up. Like I was using Snapchat at the time. I was getting mad screenshots a day. Like I'm like, yo, they messing with it. Like, and I had told my grandpa, like, I was like, I think I'm about to drop out. Like, he was like, nah, because my grandpa got master's degrees. Like, he like, nah, you shouldn't do that. I'm like, nah, grandpa, I'm about to drop out. And I remember telling like my teammates, like when I go home, like when I go back to Cincinnati, because I was in North Carolina, Fayetteville State University. I was like, when I go back to Cincinnati, like I'm cutting celebrities, like I'm gonna do it big. And I had told myself like if I'm gonna be a barber, you know, like barbering like ain't really like no, it don't sound good. You feel me?
Why you say that?
You don't think it sounds too fancy?
Yeah, it's like people don't brag on.
It's a big
barber.
thing down though.
Like,
now it is, yeah, but back
I get that.
I'm like, when I post my stuff on Instagram, I'm like, I need a tag. I was in Georgia at the time. I'm in Macon, but I'm driving to Atlanta to cut my homeboys. That's how I did it. I just made sure I just put my work out there every day. If I was gonna be a barber, I just wanted to be different. Like I didn't want to be like everybody else.
Did anybody provide y'all guidance? You're trying to get into entrepreneurship. No. You're in your 20s. Did anybody help y'all and say this is what you need to do? You need to create an LLC. You need to. Anyone help y'all?
Yeah, I had my mom help me. My mom created like 3 LLCs for me. She helped me by seeing her hustle. She was doing her like back in the day. When she was in cosmetology school, I was 14, so I used her clippers that they gave her type. So yeah, my mom got a big impact on what I'm doing for sure.
I'm lying. I did get some information. I got some information a little bit. Nah, my mom, my pops, they really helped me with my swag. So with that, but like far as like information on printing a T-shirt and actually use this, like I did all that research on my own.
So really just Google was your best
friend.
Yeah,
and YouTube helped me a lot.
In high school, I don't know if you knew Miss Clesato.
Yes.
Oh my God, Miss Clesato, she helped our class out so much. We had arts administration, and then I had her for 2 bells of drama, and Like, she would talk about taxes, how to start a business, what problems you run into, how to write off your, like, she broke everything down for us. So it helped me as soon as I got into college, like, even with, like, loans and stuff. I'm like, take that off. I don't want it. If I owe it back, I don't need it. And I paid off college. Like, she told me pay off college. While I was going to college, I was doing hair to pay off college. After they told me I didn't get that pride grant.
That is so good that somebody taught you about the taxes and all of that stuff.
Man,
I didn't have. I wish that we had that in school because we need that.
Man, we need it.
I feel like I didn't have any guidance. My guidance was trial and error, like making mistakes and like growing and improving in my craft. You have the option to get the cheat code or just like play the game all day and like lose and lose and lose, and then you win and you like, after losing so much, I know how it feels to win. And it's like, I unlocked that level of the game. Easy. Let me go to the next level. And then when you get to the last level of the game, you like, all of that failure led to this success. So now I can go and teach somebody that the right way, or I could just try to get better. But if you master the game, I'm not a master of the game, but I'm just saying it's a good feeling to really learn techniques by yourself, learn stuff on your own, to not have help. Like, of course, like, I wouldn't want anybody to not know about taxes or know about, like, valuable information. But I'm saying, like, them techniques, like, with your craft, like, oh, I want my stitching to look like this. Oh, I make my flyers look like this. I want to learn this technique. Like, it's just a good feeling learning that on your own. It's like, aha, like, I didn't have nobody saying, like, oh, I taught you how to do this. I made you. I put you on. No, like, I learned that by myself.
Sure. And I think there's a balance that it should be between like learning things yourself but also asking for help, because sometimes you just need some help. Like sometimes you just don't know who to go to, you know.
I'm prideful. I don't know if it's a Virgo thing. My mom was very prideful, and my mom kind of taught me to be independent. Like if I didn't know a word, my mom used to make me go look it up in the dictionary. So that's kind of something that stood with me like throughout life, is to be self-sufficient and not be codependent, because when you're codependent, people feel like you need them. And sometimes with business, it's good to be independent because you never want to be reliant.
Do y'all feel that same way, or do y'all ask for help if it's needed?
I cry almost every day because I'm scared to ask for help.
I get
Scared because you don't want somebody to say, like, yeah, I taught her that. Like,
some people
not
are
even
genuine.
taught. Like, I don't mind teaching myself things, but like, I'm so like to the point, I'm like hyper independent where it's like, I don't need nobody. I don't need you. Like, I can do it my own. I can do it better. You're not going to throw nothing in my face. I don't want you like holding me back. So I'd rather do it alone. If you see me needing help, why I have to ask?
All business is not good business.
Man,
okay,
what?
so
I'm going to ask for help.
Let's frame
Hey,
it
how
as
you
like,
do this?
It's hard. I don't know. I have a problem.
So, you know, people do classes, like hair classes or graphic design classes for people who are trying to learn. Do y'all view that the same way?
No.
Okay, so
That
that's
ain't
different.
what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'm talking about, like, if somebody just come out the woodworks and they know about your profession and say that they may be better than you or have more clientele than you or a bigger following, and they just come out the woodworks and follow you, and they're like, I like your work. I want to teach you how to do this. We see so many podcasts now about people talking about something, oh, I made such and such. Remember when they first came out, that was because of me.
That's a compliment, though. They gonna say that.
I feel like I would just rather have my own success story. I never want to be somebody's protege. I feel like that's kind of an insult in a way. I feel like genuine help is not going to come from a place of superiority, like, oh, I made you. It would be, hey, like, this was my mentee, or like, I know Faith, like, I helped Faith out, but ultimately Faith's talent and hard work got her where she was, not me. So I feel like you got to be weary, like, I'm Muslim, but be weary of false prophets. All help is not good help. Some people see the potential in you and want to attach themselves to that because they plan to piggyback off your coattails. Like, I'm going to associate myself with you. Basically be a groupie so I can get into the club.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I feel that.
I feel like I can, like,
They do.
see, like, with that, as far as the help thing, it's more so like having a team and knowing I need a team and just like, y'all, let's all help each other type ordeal. And it's like, okay, I'm just not going to ask because we all see the needs that need to be met. So
I'm
I'm
going through
gonna
that
just
right now.
do it myself. Like,
Yeah.
and that's with everything.
You gotta be a boss though. Like you gotta, if you know somebody could do this better, like hey, can you do this for me? Like you can't, you shouldn't really look at it like
it's
You don't
okay.
understand.
It'll be genuine. I think I
I
get
could
what
be
you're
picky,
saying
yeah.
in a sense. Like I feel like, so say we all at this table and we genuinely talking. It was like, oh, I could help you do that. It's not forced. It's not like I feel used. Like I would just want it to be a natural connection and like I'm like I've sensed something in me. Like I could just help you. I'm not looking for a favor. I'm not looking for no attachments. Like I just want to help you. If you choose to help me, that's fine. Social media, like especially with the whole content creator thing, has ruined genuine connections and networking. Like everybody has
I
ulterior
don't know.
motive.
I think that's just our community, like
I do
as a
too.
whole, as
I don't
like
know.
the
Focus
Social
in on
media
my-
has
like
helped
nobody
me.
Yes.
helps
It be
each other.
helping, but I
Nobody
don't be
even
tuned
they can have
in.
all the information. They
But
still
to
watch you struggle. Like I just think that's our community. Like
It might go
why
both
why
ways.
is we so hard on each other instead of giving a handout? Are you
Why are you
holding that?
holding it? Help.
Oh.
It's
Like why are you holding it? I don't get it.
I feel like it goes two ways because sometimes people give you the key. Everybody ain't gatekeeping. Some people give out a lot of free game when they first start out. Like they do like the little reels when they only got 500 followers, nobody paying attention. So now when they develop that following, okay, I know these people know my worth. They gonna pay the $500 for the class. So if I'm charging for a service, I'm not gonna do free labor.
I disagree.
I get what you're saying. I feel like it
I
go both
disagree
ways.
because people ask me for like information on vendors or even from for instance, somebody just asked me for my hair vendor. At first I was thinking like, nah, I can't give it to you, but now I'm like, here, because that's not gonna block my blessings. Like
Bro, you
just like I
shit
came
on
in,
those,
It's
bro.
not.
just like I came in this room and all y'all said something about my hats. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like,
What's for you,
that's
for
not
you.
gonna block
Your
me.
art is your art. Theirs ain't gonna be the same.
So information is information. I will pass it to you. If I had whatever, if you need something from me, I will give it to you. It's just
Right.
information.
And my thing is like, how many people gonna actually put it to use?
That's what it is.
Right.
I done learned mad stuff and I did
People
not
pass
use it.
all
Right.
day.
Yeah.
Don't even use the information that you give them. They sit on it.
But I feel like I love talking about it and love giving free game and love wanting to build like a team with people like on the same type of time that I'm on for real. For me, asking people is just something like, I don't know about that.
I think it's different for everybody, and then also you just have to decipher who's genuine, like who's not trying to have any malintent, and it depends on the person too. Like
Yeah.
obviously y'all are very much independent the way y'all were raised, so y'all think of it differently. But like Ty said, and Trey, you said as well, like you don't mind it, so it just depends.
And I
For
don't
sure.
mind because, like, I mean, I don't want to bump my head 1,000 times. I don't.
Bro.
Like,
I don't either,
I
but
really,
it's
if you
hard to
can, if your information is very valuable and you giving me some game, I'm going to use it.
Yeah,
But you like make a mission, like not a mission, but like you plan sometimes to ask people. Like if you have a question, your first go to is like, let me go ask this person.
Nah. At first,
Not
I'm
your first
gonna figure
go-to.
it out.
You
I'm
might figure it
gonna
out.
try to do it on my own, and then if I know you got the information, or I feel like you can help me, I'm gonna ask you.
yeah, I feel like I'm the same way. Like even with this podcast, if I see somebody that's doing better than me or who's been doing it for years, hey, would love to connect with you. Like,
Oh, yeah, I would
quick
love to connect, but
I'm
not
quick to
ask
do that, and not ask
favors.
like
I
what
feel
mic
you.
to use. Like
Yeah,
what's the
yeah,
best
that's-
mic? Like
it's
I'm
so
not.
hard.
It's never that serious to me. Like it's just
Yeah.
To
it's
connect,
Like,
It's
yes, but to
information.
ask favors, like
no, it's
or,
not.
or
I mean,
like
it depends on what the
free
favorite.
game.
It depends on what it is and what you're asking. I feel like,
Yeah,
but
for
simple
sure.
things, I think it's cool.
Right.
But I get where y'all coming from, though. Yeah. So let's talk about self-doubt. Do y'all still experience, or have you experienced self-doubt while becoming an entrepreneur and running your own business?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I say every time every time I up my price, I be like, should I
That
be doing
part.
this? Like, or every time I got a new idea, like, and it's time to really execute, I be like, should I, like, you feel me?
Like when you building something, you have to really be all in and believe in what you building. Like can't just be here with it a little bit. Like no, you have to be all in, like giving it 110%, and that's how you make something amazing, building something beautiful that nobody can destroy but you. So yeah, being inconsistent.
I will honestly have to go back and say sometimes getting in my own way and putting feelings in business sometimes.
For me, I feel like losing my creative edge sometimes. I feel like a lot of times, like with social media now, people see stuff that's trending with graphic design and they want to mimic that or have that aesthetic. And it's just like, it doesn't make me want to be creative anymore when somebody's like, I want this to look just like this person's or that. And I'm like, no, I can't do that. I can't just copy. It sounds rude when you're like, you don't want to do nothing different. And it's just like some people get offended by that type of constructive criticism. Some people be like, you know what, you right. I want to do something different. I trust you. I tell them because I be like, I'm going to be honest with you. This does not look good.
I say my biggest mistake is trying to ball. Like, as soon as I get my bread, like,
I felt that.
I was like 22, bought the Mustang. Then a year later, bought the Maserati. Then I'm like, nigga, what the fuck you just did? Like, so I just feel like the past couple of years, I just been trying to correct my old mistakes. So yeah, I just say, when you get the money, don't rush to try to look good. Rush to invest it to make more money.
I needed that.
That was my biggest mistake.
That's great advice. Like, all of y'all gave great advice. So, as y'all were starting y'all business, were any of y'all working a 9-to-5, or are any of y'all currently still working a 9-to-5 but also running the business?
Yes.
I'm still working.
You still working?
I got 50 jobs.
I got a strong belief in if you want to do the entrepreneurship, quit it, take off, because I quit my job.
You gotta be to a level to do that though.
I didn't care. I was like, I don't care what you talk about. I'm not coming back in here and you're telling me what to do. I can't do it. I can't listen to nobody telling me what to do. I'm doing my job and y'all keep coming over here bothering me. So you know what? I won't come back in. It's okay. I'm like, I'm making better money doing hair anyways. I can't.
I want to quit.
You said you want to?
I do. I want to give it my all. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I feel like I am, but
do it.
I'm leaving money on the table and going to work every day. But it's
you
cool.
Use your money to invest in your clothing brand. Though.
Yes.
I do.
That's how I think
I
of
do.
it. Leveraging the 9-to-5 to put it into your business once you get to a certain point where you don't need that 9-to-5 no more.
Yes.
Like, that's the way I think of it, but everybody's different. Like, Faith, I love that
you make more money on an hour as an entrepreneur than a 9-to-5er, so I feel like you should just go ahead and jump into it. You said everybody in the room already know your name, so
you definitely probably should.
hop into it.
Yeah, you should do it.
You know what you gotta do.
I did it before and it was cool, but I just missed consistent money because it was just like my problem was.
And I think that's where we get stuck at.
You make
because it's coming every week and you know it's coming. Like
a day, then you be like, ooh.
I'm gonna tell y'all, like, honestly, like, the money come when your confidence come. Like when I'm not believing in myself, when I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this or I don't know how this is gonna work. That's when it be tougher times for me. When I'm like, I'm gonna just jump and do it, everybody else start backing you because you believe in yourself even more. And it's something about more people backing you when you decide to take a leap of faith for yourself.
That's facts though.
I went full time with my business because I got fired for my job. That was the only job I ever got fired from. They fired me because I had COVID too. I probably could sue them. But I got my first car with my business money after I got fired. And it felt good, but I just felt like I needed that consistency being a college student. But I feel like the people who work a 9-to-5 and run a business, that hustle is different because it's like you everywhere, like you nonstop hustling because it's just like nonstop. And then also,
then I had a kid too. So.
It's like a security blanket too, sort of like if somebody file a dispute, like, shoot, I could just pay that with my job money, or I could use my job money, this paycheck to pay for this next, or so I guess it's just like a more money, but definitely once your business starts expanding to the point where you can't focus on nothing else with that, can't have a job no more.
I'm gonna speak for what I know. So like, if you're a barber or doing any type of service, I feel like you shouldn't be working your 9 to 5 still. Like if you're gonna do it, do it.
Yeah.
Because like somebody could be trying to book an appointment, but you gotta work this 9 to 5, and you probably can only cut from 6 to 9.
Yeah.
But shit, say you charged, I'm just gonna say some low, like $20. Say you charge $20 a haircut, and your 9 to 5 paying you $15. Why are you gonna go to there? Like,
Right.
you keep that whole 20, and you probably could cut 2 heads in an hour. You feel me? Like,
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I feel like your profession makes it different.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
definitely.
it's depending on what you're doing. Like, if you're doing any type of service, I feel like you should just, like, once you see you got your clientele up, and it's more than 5 times where you couldn't accept the appointment because you had to work, you should be like, all right, I should quit this job.
So, Faith, currently a lot of people have been complaining about the way hairstylists run their business. So, do you hold the same policy, the same like late policy, for example, that you do for your clients, for yourself? So, if they're 15 minutes late, more than 15 minutes late, then they have to owe, or they might be canceled.
Yeah.
What about for yourself?
Okay, yeah, for me, if I'm late, that $10 coming off.
That's good.
And I'm going to
'Cause
tell
people
you.
don't do that.
I'll even do stuff like, I'll have a client, like, if her hair keeps slipping or something, I'll take half off for the inconvenience to, like, keep having you come back or something like that. Like, it depends. But if you rudely come to me, like, or try to go to, I ain't never had nobody try to go to social media. I do not deal with Facebook. And gracefully, I'm like, I will not argue with you on social media. You will be blocked. Read that policy. It's above me after that. But I try to take accountability for myself, like, and try to be reasonable.
So, what do you do to increase and maintain y'all's clientele? What strategies do you use, or how do you go about increasing?
I make sure, okay, so when I came back from college, I'm coming from a different city. Coming back home, though, I had 0 clients. Well, I had a couple people I was cutting in high school. But I targeted, I was already working out at Xavier, but I target like athletes because I'm already an athlete. It's like people like athletes. So if somebody see, you know what I'm saying? Like if
He
somebody
said
see,
the girls go see him and be like, ooh.
if somebody see that I just cut, or I just cut Tank. So if somebody see I just cut Tank, an amateur boxer gonna be like, oh, no, I want to go to him. He cut my favorite boxer, or you feel me? Or I try to make sure I'm always leaving the city. Like when I first was starting out, if I ain't had no clients here, I'm going to Middletown, Central State. I'm going to the colleges. I'm hitting colleges. I'm going to what other schools I was going to? Oxford. Like you gotta go to where it's at. Like I was going to my old teammates in high school. I'm going to their schools and Louisiana. Like I was going everywhere. And then it just people see you posting that like, damn, he just cut somebody in Louisiana. And you come home, you build up your demand, then it's fun.
Oh, that's good. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna just say I just now got into like content. Content is everything today.
Everything is
so,
content.
like pictures, seeing pictures, and like just content. I don't really got no specific formula. I don't right now. So.
Just the content, putting it out there, and your content is good.
It just got good. I just got some help. So
Okay.
shout out Miracle. She helped me a lot. So yeah. And yeah, that's about it. Just content.
You just
I forgot something. It's bad. So he said social media and content. So also with the content, I was making sure I post every cut, and I ain't just posting the cut and posting it. Like I'm tagging the person, so they could post it on their story, and I'm giving myself a shout out. Like gotta do that. I be seeing people post they work, and then they don't even tag the person, and it might be a famous person. They don't even tag them. It's like, bro, what was the point?
My Instagram story be flooded. If you got my merch on, you tag me, or if I see you with it on,
you screenshot everything.
As a matter of fact, just send me the picture. I might just DM you. Send me the picture, please.
I always upload like my recent work, but I try not to post work that I see is oversaturated. If I see like pink designs are trending, I want to post something blue or something green. So now people gonna start posting their blue design. I pay for advertisements. That's a tax write-off too. And then also I'll have like a sale and like do an advertisement for the sale, put the link to the actual sale, like to book the sale on the advertisement. So that kind of like secures out of town clientele, and then tell them to leave a review. So now they people start following me, or they'll repost it. I'm like, I offer incentives like, hey, if you prefer somebody, I'll do this. Or if you tag me or leave a review, I'll do this. So kind of like rewards program for my clients. And I'm also trying to make sure that I get my name out there. But reviews, I definitely feel like bringing clientele, because your clients will naturally promote for you. Like they'll tag you or they'll brag about you. And that's like the real love.
So let's talk about how you set up your websites. What platforms do y'all use, and did you get somebody to help y'all set it up?
So for me, I did research as far as which platforms would be the best. So I kind of went through all of them and seen which ones offer what and what I exactly wanted from which one. Mainly, I just selected from researching and seeing which competitor was the best. And from there, I went with Acuity. I had started up with Satmore. Satmore, I think it was free. So that's why I started with them, and that was a good start out for me. And then I went to Acuity when I seen that they were like the best option, and they worked for me successfully. And then when I decided on which website for my clothing brand, I had also did research, and I first went with Wix, but I transferred over to Shopify, and that was a whole process within itself. If you like a small business, I recommend Wix because it's like easier to navigate than Shopify.
I stand on
And
that.
on Wix too.
My clients don't be knowing what to do on Shopify.
Yeah.
I love Wix. I use Wix. I created my own website, and I've changed my website like 3 to 4 times since I've had it. I feel like Wix is very user friendly. You could do a lot on your own with Wix. I feel like Shopify is for brands that have heavy traffic flow, brands who need all of those extra apps and embeds to like, because a lot of high-end companies use Wix, like, and there's actually a website you could use, I forgot what it's called, that'll tell you what website platform other websites use, like competitors, and you find out they're through Shopify. And I feel like you just got to do what's best for you, but I recommend Wix as a starter.
Man, Shopify is crazy. I don't even know what I be doing on there.
Well, I'm just
My
getting
girl
handle
helped
on
me with
it.
mine, so I don't know
It's
nothing.
crazy because, like, from a designer standpoint, like, I learned so much stuff from just, like, okay, I'm going to sit this day out to just sit on here and just read. Or sometimes you could literally just search how to do what you're looking for, and it'll pop right up. Or I'll watch a YouTube video.
You use TikTok?
No,
Girl,
I do not
TikTok.
use TikTok.
TikTok has the
You need
answers
to
to everything.
use TikTok.
I feel like if I was on TikTok, I would not be productive in my everyday life.
You can like Google search a topic that you can like search on TikTok topics that you like want to learn about, and it'll have like 1-minute videos, and you can briefly learn about it rather than for me spending a 5-10 minute session looking at YouTube.
With Wix, you could it's settings to where you can automatically set up your inventory to like calculate itself.
Yeah.
Like I could put in on my website, I only have 5 booking slots available for a Wix website design. Once those 5 slots are filled, it's automatically going to say sold out. Or there's an option to where you don't have any quantity, so it's just unlimited. It can never be sold out. A lot of people make that mistake too, and now you got to refund people a bunch of money.
Ty, you have the lab.
The lab is to help people. You want to learn about anything with clothing brand or make your logo or print your t-shirt right then and there. I'm going to show you how to do every step. Like, and if I don't, I can take you to the source, or I could show you these vendors, or I could show you merch, or this shirt is different from this shirt. Like, it's just breaking it all the way down if you don't know absolutely nothing about clothes.
And tell us about
Fetchville.
Yes.
Fetchville. So I started Fetchville like a year ago. So I was doing a photography thing, and then photography was fun for me, but I wanted it to be more like of a creative director for like models, people who really wanted to dig into it rather than like the family aspect. And in Cincinnati, that market like started booming, but I was just like, you know what, like y'all don't even want to pay for these pictures, so I can't do it right now. And I transitioned into a boutique last year in the beginning of January. And for me, it was like, you know what, I like dressing up cute, I like traveling a lot, so why not just open up a shop and just sell all of this and do everything here anyways. And so that's what I decided to do. Yeah, it's a one-stop shop. Another thing I want to add in is like bringing events into like my shop too. Okay. So I want to focus on like Wednesdays, making it winning Wednesdays, and really getting other business to like try to come in and connect with them, and like they host the events that they want there, and I promote my clothes, products, and hair as well.
Y'all two need to connect.
I was over here listening to him.
Yeah.
So how do y'all calculate y'all shipping rates when y'all have to ship things out?
Go ahead.
It'd be above me because them shipping rates, it just be like, okay, that's an additional what? You might as well just charge me. You might as well just say double, like at this point, because the shipping rates be insane. When I went to LA, I went to the Fashion District area, and I shipped something on the last day on a Sunday. It was $200 to get here. Yeah, I was a little salty, but I had to take it on the chin. Most of the time, it's like $50, like with each company when they really. That's what it even out to be for me, really, with each company. But $200.
Because you want to get into selling hair
products.
Yes. So you're going to have a website where you have to ship too.
Yeah, I was listening.
But you can always do drop shipping too. That's an option, like where you don't really have to touch the inventory. It can just be through a third-party company, and you can set it up with them, and they just literally ship out your products. You connect with them, and when people order, it go like that. So that's another thing to make it easier too. But in Cincinnati with the clothes, girls want to come in and get their clothes that day rather than like really having it drop shipped for like 2 to 3 weeks.
So Trey, so right now you've reached a point where you cut celebrities' hair, you cut boxers' hair, Adrian Bronner, and then Javonta. I always mess up. Javonte.
That's how it look like it's supposed to be.
It's spelled like that. So what advice can you give other barbers that are trying to get to that point where they want to cut celebrities' hair?
Like, you got to go to events. You can't just, like, we in Cincinnati, bro. You can't just wait for everything to come to you. So I went to Vegas. They had the NBA Summer League out there, and I cut by like 15 people. I ended up cutting James Posey. He won an NBA championship with the Celtics. And like a lot of like overseas and NBA coaches, like it was a mixture. And then just being out there, like I remember like going into the game, I had my clippers with me. I had like this little Supreme box. So I'm putting it, I gotta take it in there because you can't take it in the gym. Okay. I'm sitting next to somebody, they see my clippers, and I introduce myself. This man is a whole Puma rep. Like, he get people Puma deals. So it's like, you just gotta go places, bro.
Yeah.
I'll say that. And then take the picture. And I knew when I went to Vegas, if I cut one person on the team, some of their teammates was gonna get a cut because they see the cut. Just so you gotta make sure the work stand out and move off of word of mouth.
I think that's important to touch on, being in the room. Like, you won't get certain opportunities if you're not there.
Yeah.
Like, go ahead, travel, be in those spaces. I think that networking does a lot. It puts you in rooms that you would not be in if you weren't there in that space. We know that entrepreneurship comes with ups and downs. How do y'all deal with the downs? Any advice for people who are going through downs right now in their business?
It's a marathon. RPNet, man. It's a marathon. Really keep going. Yeah, you got to keep going.
I was going to say that. I was going to say really keep going. Like, even when I know it could be the last of the last, and I still be like, kind of living a delusion for real. Really, like, I'm going to just keep going. I'm going to get the best out of life, and regardless, I'm going to live the best I can live.
I feel like if my business isn't doing as well as I want it to, like, I use myself as content. Like, let me make a fake brand and make a logo for that brand. Like, do a passion project. Like, I feel like if you do hair, like, do a video doing your own hair, like, be your client, like, take advantage of that downtime to be creative and, like, regroup and rethink, because you can be learning new techniques. Like, you got the free time to do new stuff. Like, let me experiment with this technique. So it's just like, think of it as a blessing in disguise in a way. Like, okay, well, I have more free time to get better at my craft. So don't be disappointed.
And we know that y'all are business owners, but y'all are also people. Like, y'all are humans. So how do you manage your personal life and your business life? What's one thing that you do to make sure that you have that balance?
You got to use my business phone number.
I feel like for me, learning to have boundaries, because I'm still learning now. Like, sometimes I'll be like, you calling me at midnight about your hair? Girl.
Yeah, no.
You know I don't care about your hair at midnight right now. You got to tell people no sometimes. Family or friends pull you down in a sense when they need you. It'd be hard. You got to stay focused. So for me, I try to like go into tunnel vision so I can really focus in, because if I don't, I'll probably crash out.
Well, last year I was just like grinding. I told myself I wasn't gonna travel. I was stacking. And then when I first went back outside, everybody was excited to see me, and like I had mass people booked. So I realized like I gotta still go outside, like go to the club, like network, like just don't go to the shop and go home and go to sleep.
This year I told myself I was gonna like spend more time with family. So Sundays are family days and are brunch days, and then I try to kind of organize my days to do the things I need to do, and then hang with the people that I want to really spend my quality time with.
I'm in grind mode right now. I've been real
I feel
inconsistent a little bit through my years, so I'm trying to go as hard as I ever, like, cause my son, that's my little baby, that's my prodigy. But when I'm with him, though, it's everything off.
That's good. Father first. So what's one thing that y'all have learned about yourself from being an entrepreneur?
I learned that I'm super strong. Like I could get through anything.
I feel like I'm super dedicated. Like, I done got off a military mission, went to class, then did graphics, then worked a 12-hour shift, no sleep, making flyers at work, talking to clients all day. Like, I really can go nonstop when I want to. And I feel like that's a blessing and a curse, because it's just like, when you're in demand like that, people know that they can get that service from you. It's a blessing, but it's just like, sometimes you gotta realize, like, okay, I need a break.
I'm gonna say probably being like a magnet, probably bringing people in and being very charismatic, because without me being as charismatic and being like real social a little bit, I probably wouldn't be like who I am today.
So before y'all are out of y'all 20s, what type of growth do you hope to see in your business?
I want to be traveling somewhere on a beach, on a yacht, having my family just good, and having my businesses being ran and helped by like family and friends.
I want my business now to open other businesses that I can make money in my sleep without having to do like much physical labor.
I say by the time I'm 30, well, I'm about to be 27 in April. By the time I'm 30, I want to be able to like been uncreated mass other barbers, have barber schools. I don't know about 30.
Barber
I want to
schools
have
is
some
nice.
barber shops for sure.
You could do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my time though. 30 right there.
Knocking on the door.
30 right there.
Let me
Anything
in.
is possible, bro.
Facts. It is.
Yes, it
Definitely.
is.
I would probably say just being in a bigger room and just being free to do whatever I want.
Yeah, that's big.
And it ain't no limits on nothing for me.
Y'all so confident. I love that.
As y'all should be. So I want to leave off on you all giving a piece of advice to anyone that wants to become an entrepreneur. Send them some motivation or just tell them what you wish you knew before you started.
I would say for me, regardless on what other people think, just do it for yourself and people will believe you later on.
Be confident and be yourself. Don't ever let anybody tell you that, oh, it's already a clothing brand. What makes you special? Be special. Be that brand out there that nobody else has thought of. Don't be scared to take a risk. It's okay to be one of 100,000. It's Louis Vuitton, it's Michael Kors, it's Chanel. They all sell clothes. So it's room out here for everybody to have to be in the same industry. Don't let anybody discourage you.
And don't start a business just thinking you about to make money the first month.
Man.
That
and
part.
then quit. Like it's a process. So just embrace the journey and keep going.
Do your best every day. Just be the best you can be. And if you do that, you won't feel bad or you won't feel let down because you did your best.
I would
Ty
like
said
to
be
ask-
ambitious.
Yes, but inside,
Be ambitious, strive.
keep going. But there can be a lot of copycat things going on, right? So, Ty, you have experienced this. I seen you posted on your story yesterday. Somebody copied your
Man.
whole name and your
That's all
brand.
good, though.
So, what would you say to people who experience something like that?
Be original. Be yourself. Like, and it's crazy you just brought that up because somebody tried to say I stole somebody's stuff. I'm thinking in my head, like, I didn't even come up with ambitious. Like, you feel me? So, but be original. Be yourself. And don't steal people's stuff. It's not cool. And if you be yourself, you're going to feel better about it. So, be yourself.
I want y'all to go around, say your @ names for people to follow y'all.
Ambitious. My name on Instagram is Ty.Ambitious. And then my lab page is The Lab Workshop.
Hey, my name is Faith, and I am the owner of Faith Fleeks in Fetchville. You can find me at Faith Fleeks on Instagram and shop Fetchville on Instagram as well. And you can also find me at www.fetchvilleboutique.com.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm Tre. I'm a barber. You can follow me on TikTok at Tre_Teague1. And then on Instagram it's Tre_Teague, TRE_TEAGUE.
My name is Mekhi. I'm a graphic designer. I do websites, logos, flyers, all types of branding. You can follow me on Instagram at Making a Project. I also have a website, www.makingaproject.net. So you can follow me on Instagram and utilize my website to find further contact information and make inquiries with me.
Thank y'all so much for joining today. I'm really happy that y'all came and spoke about entrepreneurships in your 20s because it's a big thing. A lot of people are doing it. So who's ever listening, I hope that you got some motivation and that you get that business started because you can do it too. Make sure that y'all subscribe to Something About Our 20s, that y'all follow Something About Our 20s on Instagram. I'll say bye.
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 I thought that was your
It's
word.
It's a wrap.
Hey, nah,
Thank
that was
y'all
live,
so
though.
much.